Guys, today I'm going over my latest pickups, only the best pieces edition. We got insane jackets, pants, and even something you rarely see on this channel, a designer piece. Kicking us off, we got the borderline Japanese samurai jacket. I told you we got insane jackets. Now, you may have seen me speak about Borderline in the past. That's because I bought one of their hoodies. More specifically, the world's first AI designed hoodie. But since that hoodie, they've gone way further into higher quality pieces and way better storytelling. For example, this jacket, which is inspired by Japanese samurai armor. It's made from denim sourced in Osaka, Japan, and then assembled in Italy, so whatever that means. But the craziest part has to be the fact that this jacket has its very own backstory and movie. So they created an entire storyline with characters and even physical pieces to really make the wearer feel like they're part of the story. So they tell the story of a young Japanese boy called Haru who left Japan for the US, leaving behind his mentor Saigo, who eventually gave him this jacket. They further this by hiding a little coffee-dyed booklet in the left pocket. It's got journals, pictures, and letters addressed to Haru. I think the whole thing is pretty insane and one of the coolest concepts I've seen from a brand. But the jacket itself, well, it's incredible. The details have to be some of the most well thought out little additions I've ever seen from a brand. Like even each of the buttons that you find on the jacket are inspired by Wado Kaichin, which is one of Japan's oldest coins. I think it looks really cool, definitely a unique look, but I'm all about that. Now, as far as fit, I'm 5'8" for reference, so use that for all of the rest of the stuff that you see in today's video, but I'm actually wearing a size extra small because that's the only one I could get my hands on. So the way that you see it, which is pretty cropped, would probably be a lot less, I guess, accentuated if you went with your normal size. Right, now sticking with jackets, I picked up a bunch of different ones from a brand called Hwasan. Now I bought their viral bubble jacket last year and liked it so much that I picked up another one. This time in red because they finally added some more colors other than black. And yes, one of the most standout, I guess, features of this jacket is how cropped it is. Now, not everybody is going to like that, but I definitely do when it comes to jackets. But I really like the way that it looks, and the general silhouette of this jacket is just so cool. But aside from that, the way that it's actually built is so insanely warm and comfortable. It really does feel like a bubble for the top half of your body. The zip goes all the way up, and you kind of have like this neck warmer around your hood, so it's very cozy. Now I'm wearing a size medium, which is my true to size. Now I also got two different colors of their powder hoodie, which is really a jacket. I don't know why they call it a hoodie. And there's a couple super unique things about this jacket. First one has to be the washed effect that it has. It gives it a really cool powder faded look, which I love, especially in that blue color. That one goes hard. You've got the diamond quilting and a really nice little added detail, which is the piping around the zip and the hood, which I think just looks cool. It's pretty lightweight, so I could see it being a really good thing to kind of layer with, I don't know, a hoodie or a sweater underneath. And these two jackets are not cropped, so if you go with your true to size, it will sit pretty regular to most other jackets. Right, next, you guys know I had to pick something up from one of my favorite brands, Salt Studio. It's a brand that you guys should be pretty familiar with at this point. I've bought so much stuff from them, but this time I got the Soufflé Nuragi. Now, one of my favorite things about this jacket is just how insanely soft it is. It's made from the exact same crazy soft souffle material that the hoodie was made with. It also has the exact same marbling as well. It basically just feels like suede. It's something that you really probably have never felt on a piece of clothing before. Now, there's no closure to this jacket because it's based off of a Japanese nuragi, but it's super cozy, it's padded so it keeps you warm, and I think just overall it's such a unique piece that looks super cool with a bunch of different outfits, even shorts. Emphasizing, I'm wearing a size medium. Right, next up I picked up a couple different pieces from a brand called Midnight Special, also another unique one. Now honestly, I wasn't too sure if I really liked this jacket at first, but after wearing it, like, I'm a big fan. It's inspired by jackets that jet pilots used to wear, like back in the day, like the first ones that were made. So the entire shell of this jacket is like canvas style, so it's super durable and rugged. It's got a padded liner on the inside, so incredibly warm. But the craziest feature has to be the giant pocket that's on the front that straps down or belts down with an actual aluminum little belt thing. It's crazy, but it's also super unique and very convenient to slip your phone in. I'm wearing a size medium, which is exactly the same size as the hoodie I also got from them, which they call the world's first rose camo hoodie. I guess everybody's got to be the world's first at something, right? Now, the hoodie itself, I'm a huge fan of. Just the fit, the quality, the feel. It's 100% cotton, and I think it just looks really good, just the general silhouette. But the rose camo is actually also really, really cool. Now, on camera, it may look a little bit more green than it is in person. It's a lot more washed. The roses do add a nice little color pop as well, something that's a little bit different from the traditional, you know, real tree camo that you see almost everywhere now. It feels great quality, super cozy, and is pretty affordable. And then last up for the top half of the body before we move down to the pants, Nike Tech compression shirts. I absolutely love these things. Now, originally bought them for the gym because it's getting way too cold in there to be wearing tank tops, but they're so good and just look so cool that I've been wearing them casually as well. And the crazy thing is I've tried like a ton of different compression shirts from all of the big major gym brands, but a lot of them feel like super thin and stuff that you would only really wear to the gym. This is where Nike completely sets itself apart from those. I like the higher neck collar. I think that looks cool. The material is really nice. It's decently thick because you see all of those little square rectangle shapes or giving it the kind of the texture. That's not printed on the outside. That's actually on the inside. It's almost like they have these little squares of material, fluffy material that just makes it super cozy as well. Highly recommend them if you haven't checked them out or you like compression stuff. I think it's great for the gym or casually. Now, before we move on to pants, let me show you guys one of my craziest recent pickups. My new Prada Symbol glasses. Now, I didn't actually buy these. They were a gift from my brother Dylan, who got them for me for my birthday. Because honestly, I don't know if I would be able to, if I would have the stones to pay for these things for full price. But not only is this specific pair of sunglasses like super cool, the way that they're kind of rounded, almost look like one piece of glass around your head, but also I never realized like how cool having a really nice pair of sunglasses actually is. You know, I'm the type of guy who used to pick up a pair from the gas station or something like that. I've never had a designer pair of glasses. Now, one thing I will say about this one in particular is that it's a little bit tight when you put it on your head, so you will feel it like over time. It just feels like a little bit of pressure on your face. So if you're someone who has like a wider head or struggles with that with a bunch of different glasses, maybe give this one a pass. They're tight on me, but not to the point of them being super uncomfortable or anything, so I'm good with that. Right, moving on to pants. First one, we've got a pickup from 7th, and this is their raw denim 440 Bermuda jeans. Now, I previously bought the light blue and the black pair in the exact same cut, and I liked those so much that I had to pick up this one. I just absolutely love the silhouette that these things have and the really unique look of how they pleated them as well. It really allows you to wear these pants like super casually or kind of dress them up. Quality on these things is also insane, and because this is a raw denim pair, it's a lot stiffer than your traditional pants or your normal jeans, so it kind of gives off a completely different look. It doesn't crumple down at the bottom. It kind of has this bowed or really cool silhouette. Now, for sizing, I went for a size small, which is my true to size. I have a 30-inch waist. They fit perfect. But sticking with raw denim pants, a alternative version if you don't want to drop the amount that is the cost of those 7th ones, I got this pair from Zara. Now, it may not have the same attention to detail or even the same silhouette as the 7th pair. Zara calls these balloon fit jeans, so they have a pretty different shape, but it's still raw denim, 100% cotton, and obviously because of that, it is a little bit more stiff, but gets softer the more you wear them. I think they're sick, and if you're a huge fan of raw denim pairs, then it's a good option. But something a little bit more crazy than both of those is my Rave More Berlin cargo pants. These are hands down my favorite baggy pants I have found anywhere. Now, I bought the all over camo pair a little while back, so I had to run it back after I liked those ones so much and get this snake skin print one. Now, if you're someone who really likes baggy pants, then you'll know that on a lot of them, they just kind of look huge, like you're swimming in them, but these have some of the best like kind of shape to them that I've seen. They're lighter weight, so a lot more comfortable as well. You barely feel like you're wearing cargos. All of the distressing and paint splatters on them are all hand done, so the attention to detail on this pair is super high level. I'm wearing a size medium for reference. I got that in the green pair as well. And yeah, I just think, you know, if you're into baggy pants, these are the best I've found. Next, I picked up these pretty crazy sweatpants from a brand called Sandcastle, which I've featured on the channel before, so you might have heard of them. Now, this is their camo bedazzled ones. I don't actually think that's what they're called, but they do have little gemstone things on the side of them. Now, I was pretty apprehensive at first, but I was like, you know what, I'll try it out, and you know what, I actually really like it. I just think it's a cool, different, unique look, something to add to the rotation. The fit is great. I'm wearing a size medium, as you can see from the patch that's on the back. They do that with all of their pieces, by the way. They're thick, super warm and comfortable, and just a great pair of sweatpants. Last but not least, the Jaded London shorts. I actually got 2 pairs. This one's a little bit difficult because like I'm not the biggest fan of Jaded London's general aesthetic for a lot of their different pieces. It's a little bit more grungy and just probably not my style. But I have bought a couple of their pants in the past that I've really liked, especially their shorts. So it's kind of like for specific pieces, you could definitely work that into your rotation. reputation, but as far as the brand's general aesthetic, it's probably not mine. They absolutely nailed the baggy shorts though. I got the red camo pair, which I think looks super cool. It's also got a little bit of distressing on it, I should say, or just kind of like this black film on the top. Just makes them look a little bit worn in. And then I also got this cross pair where they have like a cross patch on the back. Just the design is dope. Quality is fine, nothing insane, but also not bad. Price point is also pretty decent as well. And for sizing reference, I got a small in both, which again is my true to size. So there you have it. Those are my latest pickups, but not my last. I've got a crazy trip planned to Asia. I'm hitting up Singapore, Japan, and China. So get ready for some absolutely insane content coming soon. Let me know what you think about these pickups down in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and like always, I'm gonna leave another video in the top left-hand corner. Check it out.